Hey there, welcome back to Investor Voice. I'm Michael. After 20 years in finance, working with everyone from fresh college grads to CEOs, I've noticed something that never really changes. The people who actually build real wealth and get things done, it's not about brains or burning the midnight oil. It's all about focus. They can shut out the world, sit down, and lock in on what matters for hours at a stretch. Meanwhile, the folks who struggle the most, who are always busy but never seem to move forward, they're the ones whose attention is all over the place. Notifications, buzzes, endless distractions. They're pulled in every direction. Here's what I figured out. Focus isn't some magic talent. You're not born with it. It's a skill, plain and simple. You can learn it, you can practice it, and you can get better at it. But these days, let's be honest, it's under siege. We live in a world that's never been noisier. Distraction is everywhere, more than any generation before us. We're all part of this massive experiment in human attention, and the results? Not great. Attention spans are tanking. People are more anxious, more overwhelmed. Everyone's working harder, but getting less done. I see it firsthand with my clients all the time. They come in fired up with big goals, save more, invest smarter, maybe launch a business or retire early. But when it's time to actually do the work, they can't stay on task. They try to set up a budget, and within minutes they're scrolling through Instagram. They start researching investments, and somehow an hour disappears on YouTube. They're not lazy or clueless. They're just caught in an attention economy designed to hijack their focus. And the price? It's not just missed financial goals. It's your work, your relationships, your ability to be present in your own life. Attention is the most valuable thing you have. Once you spend it, it's gone for good. And most of us just hand it out to whoever asks. So today on Investor Voice, let's talk about how to take your attention back. I want to share 17 micro habits, small practical things you can start doing right now. No huge life overhauls here, just tiny changes to how you set up your environment, run your day, and think about focus. Put them together, and you'll have a solid system to protect your attention and actually get things done. By the end of this, you'll have a real playbook for blocking out the noise and making real progress on what matters to you. Let's dive in. Let's start with the 5-minute rule. Honestly, it's simple but works every time. The first 5 minutes of any new task always feel rough. Your brain wants to run for the hills. But if you just push through those first few minutes, things get easier fast. When you feel like bailing, just promise yourself you'll hang in for 5 more minutes. That's not much. Usually, once you're over that hump, you don't want to stop. It's a neat little hack for beating procrastination because suddenly the task doesn't seem so huge. Now, about what you're watching. Short videos, TikTok, Reels, all that are designed to keep you scrolling, not to teach you anything. Every swipe gives your brain a quick hit, and the more you do it, the harder it gets to focus on anything longer than a few seconds. So try to swap in more long-form stuff. Read an actual book, watch a documentary, listen to a podcast that really digs into something. Long-form content forces you to stick with an idea and actually think about it. It's like a workout for your attention span. Every time you finish a book, your focus gets just a bit sharper. And over time, you'll notice that it gets easier to sit down and work or set your mind to a goal, just because your brain's gotten used to paying attention. Finally, here's a habit that's honestly a game changer. Get your phone out of your bedroom. Seriously, this one matters. I've seen so many studies showing how phones mess with your sleep, your mood, your mental health. And sleep is the foundation for everything else. If you don't sleep well, you just can't focus. It's that simple. Those last minutes before bed and the first ones after waking up are critical for your brain. But for a lot of people, that time disappears into endless scrolling. You're lying there, can't sleep, so you grab your phone. Suddenly it's an hour later, your mind's buzzing with random junk, and now it's even harder to get to sleep. Or you wake up and immediately check your phone, flooding your brain with notifications and dopamine before you've even gotten out of bed. That sets you up for a whole day of distraction. The fix isn't complicated or expensive. Charge your phone in a different room. Buy a cheap alarm clock, $10 tops. Put a real physical barrier between you and your phone. Make your bedroom a no-phone zone. And if you absolutely have to keep your phone in the room, at least put it across the room, not in arm's reach. Make it so you have to actually get up to grab it. That tiny bit of extra effort can be enough to break the habit. You'll sleep better, wake up calmer, and your ability to focus will seriously improve. Habit number 4 is all about using your phone's built-in tools to keep distractions in check. Both iPhones and Androids have screen time and focus settings. But let's be real, most people never mess with them. Start small. Set your phone to block social media apps after 9 p.m. and before 8 a.m. During work, silence everything except calls and messages from your closest people. You can even create custom focus modes for different parts of your day. Maybe a work mode that only lets you use work apps, a reading mode that silences everything else, or a sleep mode that turns your screen grayscale. The point here isn't to test your willpower over and over. It's about building a system that has your back. Willpower always runs out. If you have to make the choice not to scroll every single time, you'll eventually cave. But when the app's just blocked, the question doesn't even come up. You're not stuck in a nightly tug of war with yourself. You're just living inside boundaries you set ahead of time, kind of like putting your savings on autopilot. You don't have to remember to do it, it just happens. Same thing with your attention. Let tech protect you from tech. Now, habit number 5. This one's about how you watch TV or movies. Try doing it without your phone nearby. I get it. It's tempting to scroll while you watch. We all do it. We think we're getting more done, but honestly, that's not how your brain works. Science is pretty clear. Multitasking isn't real. You're just flipping back and forth, and every switch costs you focus. So when you're watching a show and scrolling through Instagram, you're not doing both. You're doing both badly. You miss details in the show, and you barely remember what you scrolled past. So make it a rule. When you watch something, just watch it. Put your phone in another room. Let yourself settle into the story. If you get bored for a minute, that's fine. Let your mind wander and then come back. You'll end up enjoying what you watch way more, and you'll be quietly training your brain to focus on one thing at a time. Every show you watch without your phone is one more rep for your focus muscle. Habit number 6 might be a little controversial, but hear me out. Try watching things without subtitles. Yeah, sometimes the audio's bad or the accents are tricky, and sure, there are times you really need them. I use subtitles sometimes too, but here's the thing. Subtitles split your attention. Your eyes dart between the words and the action. Your brain juggles reading and watching. It's extra mental work. When you turn them off, you have to listen more closely, pick up on body language, figure things out from context. Your brain works a bit harder, and that's good for focus. It's like solving a puzzle instead of just glancing at the answer. Do it for a week and see how much you actually pick up. You'll probably surprise yourself, and you'll give your brain a little workout. And finally, habit number 7, change your environment. Most people think they need the perfect workspace to focus. A quiet room, everything organized, maybe some noise-canceling headphones. That's great if you have it, but there's real value in learning to focus even when things aren't perfect. Try working in a busy coffee shop, a library, or even outside in a park. When you get good at tuning out distractions and focusing anywhere, you build mental armor. Your focus becomes portable. You can work wherever you are. I learned this the hard way back in med school. My first year, I could only study in my own quiet room, but it got lonely, and if I ever had to study somewhere else, I just couldn't concentrate. So in my second year, I started bouncing between libraries and coffee shops. At first, every sound pulled my attention away. Over the years, I've trained myself to focus anywhere. Airport lounges, planes, noisy coffee shops, you name it. That skill's been a game changer. I can crank out reports while waiting for a flight, dig through financial statements mid-air, or map out strategy with espresso machines hissing nearby. Honestly, it feels like a superpower sometimes, and you can get there too. Just practice focusing in places that usually pull your attention in every direction. Let's talk about habit number 8. Back to the phone, the arch nemesis of focus. Set screen time limits for your apps. Most phones let you do this now. Maybe you only get 15 minutes of Instagram or 20 for TikTok. Hit the limit and the app locks. Sure, you can override it, but that extra step makes you stop and ask, wait, do I really want to keep scrolling? That tiny bit of friction, it helps. It's about building a system that nudges you toward what you actually want, not just relying on grit. Suddenly you realize you don't need those apps as much as you thought. You get more mental space, and those 15 minutes, they feel like a treat instead of a reflex. Now, habit 9. If you want to focus, get your phone away from you. Gold standard, leave it in a different room, maybe in the kitchen while you work in your office. Silver, keep it in the same room, but put it on Do Not Disturb, face down and across the room. Bronze, my personal lazy day move is Do Not Disturb, face down, but still on my desk. Even that little bit of distance helps. The trick is to cut down on the urge to check it every few minutes. Out of sight, out of mind really is true. If you can see your phone, even upside down, some part of your brain is waiting for a notification. Hide it, and that part quiets down. Try out different levels of separation and see what actually helps you focus. Habit 10 goes a little further. This one's all about your inner triggers, the stuff inside you that pulls your attention away. There's a book I love called Indistractable by Nir Eyal, and honestly, the main idea sticks with me. We don't get distracted just because of pings or pop-ups. We're trying to dodge uncomfortable feelings, boredom, anxiety, that fear you'll mess up. You hit a rough patch at work, and next thing you know, you're picking up your phone. But the phone isn't the real issue. It's just the thing you reach for. The tough part is actually facing what you're feeling. So here's what helps. The next time you feel that itch to check your phone, stop for a second. Shut your eyes. Ask yourself, okay, what's going on inside me right now? Give that feeling a name. Sit with it just for a minute. Don't rush to escape. You'll notice it's just a feeling, nothing more. The more you do this, the less control those urges have over you. You start building real resilience. Habit 11, that's about making your workflow smoother. For me, the biggest hang-up comes between my brain and my keyboard. My mind's moving fast, but my hands can't keep up, so I lose my thoughts and get sidetracked. That's why I use dictation tools. They're actually super accurate these days. When I'm brainstorming, writing emails, or just puzzling something out, I talk instead of type. I open up a doc, hit record, and start speaking. It's quicker, feels more natural, and my ideas flow without that typing slowdown. No more wrestling with the keyboard, just thinking out loud. Typing doesn't get in the way anymore. I just focus on my ideas. If typing slows you down, try dictation. Seriously, it can totally change how you work and help you stay focused. Habit 12, track your progress. Game designers get this. People love to see progress. When you can see yourself leveling up, making progress, it's motivating. You get that little hit of dopamine and want to keep going. Writers have done this forever. They track their word count, set daily goals, and feel that little spark of satisfaction when they hit their numbers. Salespeople do it too, making tally marks for every call. You can use this trick with anything. Working on a big project? Break it into small steps and check them off as you go. Use a simple checklist or put a sticker on your calendar every day you hit your focus goals, or find a habit tracker app. When you can see real progress, it creates a feedback loop. You want to keep going. Your focus gets stronger because you know it's working. You're not just spinning your wheels, you're actually moving forward. Habit 13 is about the way you take breaks. This one matters more than people think. When you step away from your work, pay attention to how you spend that time. Most people grab their phone, check email, scroll through social media. But that's not a real break. It just dumps more noise and unfinished tasks into your brain, which is already tired. You end up feeling more drained, not refreshed. Instead, take a real break. Do something that lets your mind rest for a change. Step outside, stretch, make some tea and just drink it, nothing else. Close your eyes and listen to music. Sit quietly for 5 minutes. Breathe. The goal is to actually recharge, not just distract yourself. When you come back, you'll have more energy and better focus. Habit 14. Surround yourself with focused people. There's a reason libraries, coffee shops, and co-working spaces work so well. When you sit in a place where everyone else is working, it's contagious. You're way less likely to start scrolling on your phone when everyone around you is in the zone. Their focus rubs off on you. It's like being in a gym. If everyone is working out, you want to join in. If you work from home and find yourself losing focus, try heading out to a space where others are working. Sometimes you just need that collective energy to keep you on track. Habit 15. Fix your hardware. Your brain is a software, but it runs on your body. And if your body isn't working right, your brain won't either. So before you get mad at yourself for being unfocused, check the basics. Did you sleep well last night? At least 7 or 8 hours? Have you eaten something healthy or just lived on coffee and snacks? Did you move at all, or have you been glued to your chair all day? Have you talked to another human or just stared at a screen? These are the things that set the foundation. If even one is off, your focus will take a hit. You wouldn't expect a laptop to work well with a dying battery, right? Same with your brain. Before you try any fancy productivity hacks, make sure your basics are covered. Fix the hardware first. Habit 16 is about as straightforward as it gets, and honestly, it works like magic. Turn off every notification on your phone that isn't from someone you actually know and care about. Seriously, open your settings and start flipping those switches. News, shopping, games, social media, forums, all of it. Ask yourself, do you really need to know the instant someone double taps your photo? Or get a buzz about some store's sale you'd never even think of? Every notification is just a little tug, pulling your attention away from real life and dropping you right back into an app. Cut them off, and suddenly you've cleared away thousands of tiny distractions. You're in charge again. Now you decide when you check in, not your phone. Just this one habit can totally change how you feel about your phone and your focus. Habit 17 is the heart of it all. Ask yourself over and over, how could this be more fun? We all struggle with boring stuff. That's just how people are wired. Our brains hate boredom. But the moment you find a way to make a task even a little more interesting, focusing gets way easier. It's not about gritting your teeth. It's about tweaking things, finding a new angle, making it playful. This is really what my whole approach to productivity boils down to. Enjoyment isn't the enemy of getting things done. It's the secret ingredient. When you're having fun, you don't have to force focus. You just slip into it. Time disappears. You hit that flow state. So next time you're stuck, don't just try to power through. Ask yourself, could I turn this into a game? Could I race a timer? Or do it with a friend? Or blast some music while I work? Maybe reward yourself after. Try it out. You'll probably surprise yourself. The thing you kept avoiding suddenly feels doable. 17 small habits. None of them are earth-shattering on their own. Each one's just a tweak. But stacked together, they're a blueprint for taking back your attention, building serious focus, and getting your mind back under your own control. That's the core of everything. If you can't focus, you won't build wealth. You won't build good relationships. You won't build a life you actually want. Your attention is the most valuable thing you own. Guard it. Feed it, strengthen it, and just watch. Everything else in your life starts getting better. If any of this hit home for you, and you're ready to start protecting your own attention, I'd love for you to join the InvestorVoice community. We're not just a channel. We're a group of people trying to master our minds and our money. Hit subscribe. It's free, it's easy, and it means you won't miss the practical tips we put out every week. While you're at it, tap the like button. It really does help. 1 second of your time tells the algorithms this stuff matters, and more people get to see it. And let's be honest, there are a lot of folks out there feeling just as distracted and overwhelmed as you. Your like helps them find their way here. Share this video with someone you care about. Maybe it's a friend glued to their phone, a coworker who's drowning in notifications, your kids. These habits work for everybody. Finally, drop a comment. Let me know which habit you're going to try. Or tell me about your own focus trick. I read them all. Your feedback shapes what we do next. Your voice really does count here. I'm Michael, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care of your attention. It's the only mind you've got.